I have never used vulgar language in the history of this channel. But if I do tonight at any point, I apologize in advance. It's just that what I saw tonight, it made me so infuriated. It made me so heated and disgusted. Miami Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa exited the game in the second quarter with a head and neck injury, and this is going to be talked about all weekend long, all week long, all season long. In fact, I think it's going to be talked about even in the off season. And the off season is still over 20 weeks away. So, to set the stage on what happened tonight, leading into this very, very disgusting injury. On Sunday, Tua Tagovailoa, it appeared that he went down with a concussion in the Bills game on Sunday. He was shown getting up from the play, trying to get to the line of scrimmage to run the next play. He was shown hobbling, and then it showed him falling to the ground. Turns out that the claim was it wasn't him falling was not from a head injury or concussion. It was from a back injury. But he returned to the game, and the Dolphins ended up beating the Bills. So leading into Thursday night, tonight's game, Dolphins and Bengals, Tua Tagovailoa versus Joe Burrow. The last time these two quarterbacks squared off against each other was in 2019 when it was Alabama versus LSU. A 1 versus 3 matchup at the time, in what was being hyped up as the game of the century. Because the winner of that game was going to clinch their spot in the SEC championship game and essentially clinch their spot in the college football playoff. And as we saw, LSU beat Alabama 46-41 that day. LSU clinched their spot in the SEC championship game, made the college football playoff, and capped off a historic season by winning the national championship. So, I don't want to get into conspiracies here, but I feel like I have to bring this up. Something tells me that the NFL made Tua play. The fact they didn't intervene with the Dolphins coaching staff and say, you cannot activate Tua tonight. I felt like they made him play for ratings and revenue. Because if you think about it, Thursday night football is crap. Thursday night football sucks. It's stupid. The games are always trash. And we see injuries like this that end a player's season. And I just can't get over how disgusted and infuriated I was watching this. I don't think we should entirely put the blame on the Dolphins coaching staff. We need to put blame on the NFL as well. The NFL is a sickening and disgusting organization. Roger Goodell is a beta male who only cares about ratings and revenue and his own ego. But if what we saw tonight, if it doesn't prove that Thursday night football should no longer be a thing, I don't know what is. Because if the game was on Sunday, there would be more time to see if Tua is if he's able to play. If he is good enough to play. If he can clear concussion protocol. But no, the NFL only cares about ratings. They only care about ratings and revenue. Why else do you think they have Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime now? Why do you think everyone has to waste $14.99 a month just to watch maybe 4 games a month? Thank goodness for Reddit streams and people that go on TikTok live showing the games. Those are the true heroes. In fact, football should only be, well, NFL football should only be played on Sundays. No Thursday night football, no Monday night football, only on Sunday. As far as the injury is concerned, we don't know the severity of it. Tua could be out for the entire season. He could be out 6 to 8 weeks. We could maybe see what Dr. Morse has to say. He's known as the fantasy football doctor. He could probably give us some good insight on that. But if I had to guess, Tua's out for at least the season. I'll be surprised if he is able to play again this year. And honestly, it's in the Dolphins' best interest if he doesn't play again this year. Because the NFL has to conduct an investigation on this. Even though, at least in my opinion, it's the NFL's fault. Because they could have, one, not scheduled Thursday night football games in the first place, and two, they could have intervened and say, no, Tua is not able to play tonight. And if I had to guess the punishment for the Dolphins, it's going to be they're going to get a first-round pick stripped from them. They're going to get the compensatory pick stripped from them for hiring Mike McDaniel, since apparently teams that hire minority coaches, they get extra draft picks, extra compensatory picks. So they'll get some draft picks stripped from them. They will probably get fined probably $250,000. Mike McDaniel is probably going to be suspended for an entire year. Because I don't think the punishment's going to take place until the offseason. So McDaniel will finish off the year. He'll be suspended for a season. They'll have an interim coach. And if I'm the family of Tua Tagovailoa, if I'm Tua Tagovailoa, I'm suing the NFL and I'm suing the Miami Dolphins. Because this can easily be career-ending, career-altering. And even if he comes back at some point, I'd say there's a 90-95% chance that he won't be the same. And that 90-95% chance that he won't be the same, just think about all those dollars he's going to be losing out on eventually. As the Dolphins, they fired Brian Flores, and they brought in Mike McDaniel to make Tua into the quarterback they were hoping for. And also after they got caught in 4K trying to bring in Sean Payton and Tom Brady, but that's besides the point. So tell me how you feel about it. Should the Dolphins face severe consequences for this? Or is this the NFL just having ego issues and only caring about ratings and revenue? Let me know how you feel.